applicant, why don't we get started?
Okay.
So if we are being recorded, good, I got it. So welcome to the October 20th, 2021 Planning Board meeting, Town of Ossining. Why don't we start with introductions of the board? Jim?
Jim Bacinas, board member.
Donna?
Donna Sharrett, board member.
Carolyn?
Carolyn Stevens, board member.
And I'm Gareth Huffam, chairman of the planning board, and our staff are the consultants. Kathy,
Zalantis, planning board attorney.
Valerie,
Valerie Menastra, planning town planner.
and welcome to our applicant. Sorry, Sandy
I'm Sandy Anelli, secretary to the planning board.
and Margaret.
Margaret Kahn, secretary.
Welcome all. As I said, the agenda is very short today. Is the applicant on the Capassos?
Yes, it's just Rosemary today.
Hello, Rosemary. Welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
So, do you have any opening comments yourself?
No, we looked over the resolution today and everything looks good to us. So we're all set on our end.
Great. Any comments from the consultants on the resolution? Kathy?
No.
Valerie?
No, I just want to make note, just for the record, there's 3 specific conditions as part of this resolution that we're asking that be met, and that the notes are added to the final ARB plan, and that includes that all lights will be a motion detector. That includes a soft white light bulb with a color temperature of 3,000 or less, and no lighting will encroach onto the neighboring property. We're also specifically asking the applicant to identify how they will meet the requirements of section 183.12G of the tree protection chapter of the town code. Specifically that the plan should note whether they're going to have replacement of trees or the tree or payment into the tree fund or some combination. And then the third is that the plan will actually note that all proposed tree plantings must be native species, and all their plantings must not be on the New York State prohibited and regulated invasive plants list.
Okay. Anything else, Valerie?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Comments from the board?
I just have one comment, and that's I'm totally okay with the resolution. I just thought just for Rosemary, if you did decide to put some plants in, trees in addition to the tree bank fund, I was looking at your plan and it looks like you have excellent spots right along McCarthy Drive, like on the side by where your driveway is. Those would be options if you decided to put trees in that I think would look really nice, because your driveway does come at that corner. It's just 5 feet from McCarthy Drive, so it might be a nice break between the road and the driveway. And maybe another one along the front of the house, like to the side, so it's not like right in front of the house, but there seems to be room. So I just thought maybe you would mull that over as when you decide what you're going to do with the tree bank replacement.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Sure.
No other comments from the board? I see head shaking. So it seems that everyone is satisfied with the resolution as it stands. I think we could probably entertain a motion to vote on the resolution. Is that right, Valerie and Kathy?
Yes.
Okay. Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Second.
How do you vote, Donna?
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Carolyn?
Yes.
And I vote yes as well. With that, thank you very much, Rosemary, and good luck with your house. It's a beautiful house, and Eventually, your road will be not a dirt road anymore, and I'm sure you're looking forward to that as well. I was out there today, and it's quite a rough patch. We'll all get put together.
Yeah, thank you. I'm actually very excited that the work is being done now.
Yeah,
Kind of worked out in our favor.
good timing for you. Absolutely.
It was.
Uh,
Thank you.
So next on the agenda, I think, is or the two minutes, August 18th and September 1st. Has everyone had a chance to read the August 18th minutes? And any comments?
No.
No? Do I hear a motion to accept them as they are?
So move.
Second?
Second,
And Jim, how do you vote?
I think I was absent.
Correct. Uh, So Carolyn, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Donna?
yes,
And I vote yes as well. So August 18th minutes are approved. Next, September 1st, and Jim, you were here for this one, thank you. Do I hear a motion to accept these, or are there any comments from the board?
I'll move that they be accepted.
I second,
Donna, how do you vote?
yes,
Carolyn
Yes.
and Jim?
Yes.
And I vote yes as well. So the minutes of September 1st are accepted into the record. And let's see, next meetings. We have November 3rd meeting. It's a special work session where we'll be looking at the River Knoll. We'll get a presentation from the developers. We'll go through the stack of.
I don't think you'll be getting a presentation from the developers. I think it'll probably be us going through the document.
Okay.
And then if you have specific questions, the developer will be there, you know, to answer them. But this is really a means of this board determining whether the EIS is complete for the scoping purposes.
Mhm. So at the last meeting, the developer said he would be happy to start with some comments or some introduction. Would that be appropriate in your view?
Well, I think in terms of the task at hand, the task at hand is really to look at each and every section and then to identify whether we feel that the information is complete in terms of what was requested in the scoping document, and then for us to identify what additional information is needed. So I will have my review of the EIS by then, and I assume Dan will as well. And I know Kathy's going to be looking at, you know, over the EIS. And we'll be able to provide you some initial comments, but there might be some other items that the board might want to have us also include in our response back to the applicant. So, you know, having a presentation from him, I think at this point is probably a little premature. It probably would be better to have it prior to like the public hearing, you know, so when we do go forward with the DEIS public hearing, he could present and then we can open it up for public comment at that point.
Yeah, I think that's the better way to approach this. I think we have to focus on the completeness of the document. And that's what we're trying
Okay.
to review the document for.
Because I think also in terms of if there's some questions or some thoughts that we have, we don't want a scenario that every time we might disagree with something in the document that the developer wants to try to argue the opposite position. At this point, it's really just, this document is for the board to determine whether it's ready for public review or not.
Okay, so it's a lot of material, and we're going to count on Valerie, Kathy, and Dan to guide us, I think, through that process. Although I think we should all do our best to take a look at that material before November 3rd, so that it's not cold to us. All right, well, that's great. And can everyone make it? Just want to make sure, because I think it's an important meeting for us. Okay, great.
yes. And thank you, Sandy, for sending the scoping document.
Mhm.
Say it again.
I thanked Sandy for sending the scoping document, Valerie's document in April, I think it was.
At what point will we have something available, excuse me, for the public to look at on the website?
Soon as we're not posting this yet. Once you deem the DEIS complete, then that's ready for public review. Because if there's information or misinformation in there currently, or if there's additional information that the board is requesting, then the public is going to look at an incomplete document. And so it's more or less an internal draft at this point.
I think it's on the website.
Is it? I don't. Sandy, is it on the website?
September 30th.
Yes, everything Glenn sent to us that I sent to you is on the website.
Okay, well, it's on the
So
website.
it's there
but-
as a draft format. It hasn't been accepted as complete. It's a submission by the developer, and so the public can start looking at what's been submitted.
Have you heard anything from the public, Sandy, on it? Any requests for information specifically? I'm just trying to gauge what the response will be, whether it's going to be a really large public response like it was to the last one, or
I would assume that, Gareth.
I am assuming that, yeah. I'm hoping for a little more chill, but
Yeah, just assume that.
We received one letter that I thought I sent around to everybody.
oh, that, yeah, that was good. Mr. Kelly, I believe that was.
Yes, he was here tonight, but I told him that it wasn't on the agenda, so
Oh,
he
okay.
turned off.
All right, is there any other business we could take up or should discuss?
Done.
If not, we could entertain a motion to adjourn.
So move.
Second,
And how do you vote, Jim?
Yes.
Carolyn?
Yes.
Donna?
yes.
And I vote yes as well. I think this might be a record at 13 minutes. So that's great.
Let's try to break it next time, huh?
Let's hope that the River Knoll doesn't break the record on the other side.
Yes.
We went to, I think we went to midnight once, actually, on the earlier. If it wasn't actually midnight, it was like 10 of something like that. So let's hope we don't break that record.
No.
All right, well, thank you very much, everyone.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Night.
Good night. Take care.
Bye.
Take care.